I want to see what's going on with Saints Row. Let's see what progress they making.
If it weren't for its ridiculous action, its
now I'm mad at
disregard
it.
for
I don't
realism,
wanna
and
see it
even
no
its
more.
irreverent embrace of profanity, Saints Row might never have set itself apart as a standout open-world franchise. So when the Saints Row reboot revealed a more grounded tone, Saints Row fans were understandably disappointed. But
Did he just say more grounded? Wait, let me see what he just said. I don't think I was listening when I was looking with my eyes.
Open-world franchise. So when the Saints Row reboot revealed a more grounded tone, Saints Row fans were understandably disappointed.
More grounded? That's what everybody wanted it to be, more realistic and less bullshitty. We just wanted the fucking gangs to be more gang-oriented. What is this city they in?
But tone is one thing. What about gameplay? Will there still be a ton of crazy stuff to do?
No.
Or is this really shaping up to be a bland Grand Theft Auto clone?
That's
To
what it
answer
was.
that question, I examined tons of interviews, articles, and reports, and I've summed up everything I learned in this video. Now, I do stay away from story details, but if you're curious what it might be like to actually play this game, then I hope you'll join
Look
me
at this
as I
shit
look
here.
at 19 intriguing gameplay
This game turned into Just Cause. That's all it is.
details about Saints Row.
Man, I don't know, bruh. Chat, what y'all thinking about it? Not gonna lie, look, buns. That's what the chat be telling me. The map might be bigger. I
First
don't wanna
off,
hear
the
about a
developers
big
have
map.
mentioned in multiple interviews that Santo Ileso is the largest map ever in a Saints Row game. However, they've also said this is by no stretch the biggest open world map ever created, so don't expect something overwhelming. But one really strange thing about the previews for Saints Row has to do with how many districts you might explore across the city of Santo Ileso. Some previews claim there will be 9 districts, and to be fair, that is how many are seen in this image of the Santo Ileso map, taken from one of Volition Games' official trailers. But then the Game Informer cover story said there will be 11 districts. And here's the kicker. In the official trailer titled Districts of Santo Ileso posted to the official Saints Row YouTube channel, Volition creative director Brian Traficante said there will be 15 districts. Take a listen.
They don't even know how many districts in the game.
Santo Ileso is a modern, urban, crime-ridden city sandbox spread across 15 districts.
Now that's straight from the horse's mouth, so we'll go with that. But what are the districts going to be like? Well, we've heard a few descriptions.
They're gonna be trash.
First is Rancho Providencia. This is the home turf of Los Panteros, a rival gang which I'll talk about later, and the district itself has a rundown and weathered appearance. I wouldn't call it industrial, but it does look like more of a warehouse district.
It looked trash as fuck is what it looked like, and I hit the wrong damn button.
Volition says the desert is made up of
Fuck, I'm keep hitting the
two
wrong
types.
button.
There's the more dusty, arid, and wide-open Badlands, and then there's the scenic and beautiful areas filled with visually striking red rock cliffs and desert plant life. So that's Santo Ileso and the surrounding area.
Yeah.
Now let's look at one of the cooler ways you'll use to frequently get around.
You'll use the wingsuit a lot. I'm already hating
While
it.
the
Look at that.
superpowers in Saints
at
Row
that.
4
Listen.
are obviously gone, the revamped wingsuit mechanics of the reboot might be the next best thing. Heck, when it comes to flying, or rather gliding, it might actually be just as good. For one, the steering controls look pretty responsive, and second,
This is
you might actually
Crackdown or
gain
something.
certain wingsuit-specific combat abilities. Here we see your character stomp some enemies from the air, then resume flight. It's also been confirmed that you can hide.
I'm so disappointed, bro. I swear to God, man. Why do they not want to be a GTA clone when GTA is the most successful video game of all time? That don't even make sense. They're supposed to be a GTA clone, but they're a fucking Crackdown clone, and Crackdown fell the fuck apart. I'm so mad. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, bro.
Hijack cars from above by landing on them if your aim and timing are right. And from this footage, it looks like you don't even need to deploy a parachute to touch down. Making things even more convenient is that, similar to, say, Far Cry 6,
More convenient to bullshit.
the developers have said when you fast travel, you'll have the option to drop out of the sky and use your wingsuit to glide to the ground. Next, while you may not be able to just jump into the air like Superman, there are what Game Informer called, quote, designated launchers throughout the world that I'm guessing will help you gain significant altitude if you don't want to instead leap off a tall building. That could be what we see here, but this actually looks to me like something else. Maybe some sort of bomb that explodes, launching you into the air.
Look at that.
See what I mean?
Chat?
There's some pretty over-the-top stuff here. The
Whoa.
final maneuver that I haven't even mentioned is that you can use your wingsuit to catapult yourself off a speeding car.
No way I
How
could
much
do that.
altitude you'll actually be able to gain, I don't know, but speeding towards, say, a jump or a cliff, then using the wingsuit to leap off before your ride crashes back to the ground does sound pretty cool.
Yeah, it does. Car combat has been revamped. Look at the combat of the car.
While it doesn't look like car combat in Saints Row is going to be all that crazy, it's definitely getting some upgrades.
Let me see.
First off, you can now climb on top of your car,
I
giving
can
you a more
climb the
flexible
car?
range of movement.
Holy
now, according to
Hogwarts,
Game
Batman.
Informer, you can do this even if you're driving solo, but the time you'll want to spend on the roof of your car will be limited because you'll slow down due to the lack of natural
Yeah,
momentum.
the ghost riding the
So,
whip.
this mechanic will obviously work much better if you have a co-op partner.
Ah.
And I do talk quite a bit about co-op in a bit. But even without a partner, I'm hopeful that solo players will be able to do this on solo missions that involve, say, a...
Am I gonna play this game solo or co-op? Let me see co-op. Let me hear about co-op. Let me hear about what they co-op. Co-op is untethered. God damn it, man. I wanted to hear about the co-op being untethered. And y'all gonna do this to me in front of my face. Look at this game, bro. What's going on out here? Let me see what's
Okay, let's
going
talk
on.
about co-op. But before I get into the whole untethered thing,
Yeah.
let's cover some basic details. First off, co-op is drop in, drop out, and it's limited to just 2 players.
Oh.
But what's not limited is the number of missions you can apparently play with a friend.
Oh.
According to executive producer Rob Loftus, every single mission in the game is playable in co-op.
Oh.
Now, getting to the topic at hand, what does untethered even mean? Basically, if you're playing with a friend and you're just exploring, you're not required to stick together. As described
That's
by
nice.
Game Informer, quote, co-op play is untethered, meaning you can explore the city independent of one another. But if one player enters a mission, the other warps to them and joins the task at hand.
Makes sense. Okay. You can prank your co-op partner.
Now this could be pretty cool.
Why would that be
According
cool?
to the developers, Saints Row will literally let you prank your co-op partner.
What are you talking about?
Quoted in Game Informer, Traficante said, "It's something totally different that we've never done before and that players are going to absolutely love."
How you gonna tell me what I love?
When they get together, they get access to the pranking system, and you can just let your imagination run with what would you do to prank your co-op partner.
I'm gonna pretend to be pregnant. What are you talking about what I'm gonna do to prank my co-op partner? I don't care. What are they talking about, bro? This story makes no sense.
Okay, so what type of pranks are we talking
What are
about?
they talking
For
about?
me, I'm hoping for more fourth wall breaking stuff. Maybe you can change the music on your partner's game to something like, I don't know, 1970s porno music.
That's the type of pranks we pulling. We're changing the radio to porn. I swear to God, bro. What are y'all talking about, man?
Or maybe you can change your partner's voice to sound like they just inhaled a bunch of helium.
What are you talking about? Why would anybody want to do that? Why would anybody want to do that?
Those are just some random thoughts, but consider my curiosity piqued.
I swear, bro.
XX Smoovox just
One
subscribed.
of the more
How
frustrating
you gonna tell
aspects
me what I love? Lol, I don't love porno music.
Shut up.
to some co-op games is when any progress you make with a friend doesn't carry over to your single-player game. But according to Game Informer, that's not the case in Saints Row. Here's a direct quote from senior editor
Oh my
Brian
God,
Shea.
bro.
If I
feel
come
like
into
I'm done.
your game and we do a late game mission and then I go back to my game, my game will remember that I completed that mission in your world. So when I get to that in the story,
Man, I'm already disappointed. It looked like the co-op is a bunch of, it looked like the story is a bunch of like side missions plugged together. Because if I do a main story mission with you and then I come across it as my character, it just skips over the mission. That game is looking like it's all over the place and not in a good way. That's crazy.